Hello guys, we are discussing stoichiometric relationships and I am Vaishali Kikant. So let's start our discussion with the homogeneous mixture. What are the homogeneous mixture? In our world we have different types of mixture. Always and always we will never be getting a compound or molecule. There will be some mixture of some compounds, some atoms or some molecules. So we have two types of mixture, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixture will be having same composition, or I can say it will be having uniform composition throughout the mixture, and it will be having only one phase, right? So now if I give you the example of solution of salt in water, it's homogeneous mixture. Now coming to the heterogeneous mixture, we will not be having the uniform composition throughout the mixture, and it consists of separate phase, and we can separate these two compounds with the physical processes. Like we have the mixture of sand and salt, we can separate them using water. So what we can do, we can put water in the mixture of sand and salt. Salt is going to dissolve in water and sand is going to settle down. With the help of filter we can remove the sand, and the salt can be removed or extracted with the evaporation process. This is how we can separate the heterogeneous mixtures as well. Now coming to the relative atomic mass. What is the relative atomic mass? It's the average of masses of all of the isotopes of an atom. Like we have carbon will be having different isotopes of different masses, right? So the mass of carbon is 12, but the isotopes will be various, right? So now we have the average of masses of all of the isotopes. For example, we have hydrogen, and we will be taking the average of masses of all of the isotopes of hydrogen in the naturally occurring sample of elements, and we are going to take it relative to the mass of 1/12 of an atom of carbon 12, right? So we know the mass of carbon 12 is 12, so we will be taking 1/12 of this carbon 12 atom's mass. Now coming to the relative molecular mass. Now this is the mass of a molecule of that compound relative to the mass of 1/12 of an atom of carbon 12, right? So this is how we can differentiate between the relative atomic mass and the relative molecular mass. Molecular mass is found out for a molecule, atomic mass for an atom. Now coming to the number of moles. Number of moles is given as the mass of a substance upon its molecular mass, right? So now coming to the question, it states calculate the number of moles of magnesium atom in 10 gram of magnesium, right? So molar mass of magnesium, we know it is 24.31. So the number of moles will be given mass, which is 10 gram, upon the molar mass, which is 24.31. So number of moles will be 0.411. Right, now coming to the next question, it states calculate the mass of 0.3800 mole of CH3COOH. The molar mass of CH3COOH, we should know, for that we should know the molar mass of CHNO. The molar mass of C, carbon, is 12.01, for hydrogen it is 1.01, and for oxygen it is 16. So the molar mass of CH3COOH will be 12.01 plus 3 into 1.01, which is H3, plus 12.01, which is C again, then 2O, which is 2 into 16, then H, which is 1.01. So here we will be having total 60.06 molar mass. Now what would be the mass of substance from this equation? If we want to find out the mass of substance, it will be number of moles into molar mass. What is the number of moles? It is given 0.3800. It is multiplied with the molar mass, which is 60.06. Now when you find out the result, it will be coming out to be equal to 22.82 gram. So this is how you can solve these questions. I hope you understood it. Thank you so much.